Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I just sat on my hair. That's the sign of things to come this evening, I think, perhaps, isn't it? I hope you're all having a lovely evening. Sorry, I was keeping you waiting there. I was just playing with one of my new little finds from the beauty show where I've been over the last couple of days. Got a bit distracted, but yes, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I am literally fresh back from, well, not so fresh, back from London. So I'm very, very excited and a little bit empowered and probably too excitable for this time of an evening, but hopefully what day is it? We are on a Monday. That's a good start. I'm going to empower you for the rest of the week and get you thinking about things a little bit differently as well. So this evening we are here to talk about evaluation and why that is important in your business, within your business, within your mindset, within yourself as well. So there are going to be some moments where you're thinking, what is she talking about? But hopefully by the end of this, you are going to feel a little bit inspired. And as always, take little snippets away. I don't expect you to remember everything, but hopefully, I'm a bit better than the television at this time of night anyway. So thank you for joining me. So what I would ask is if you are enjoying this, or even if you're not actually, but don't tell too many people if you're not, please post and tag us in your attendance this evening. So head over onto Instagram or Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is that you're connected on, and do tell others about our webinars. So I've only got one more left after this, but I've got lots of other fun things planned to include obviously some product sessions and things like that as well. So I'm very excited for that. If I know there's two left because we missed one, didn't we? Because I missed a week. So yes, there's 2 more sessions on a Monday to follow. So keep an eye out for those. We've got them coming up. So without further ado, a little bit about myself. My name is Annette Matthews. My background is dentistry. I'm a dental hygienist and dental therapist. I now have my own skin and aesthetic clinic here in Derbyshire, works with Derbyshire. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I'm here just to kind of share the things that I do, the things that have helped me, the things I'm picking up along the way as well. So please do, connect with me, and I'd love to kind of hear from you or meet you if we've got anything coming up where we might see each other at some point in the future. So the reason I'm doing this webinar is because, again, I'm learning along the way, and that's really important to note for you. I evaluate everything all the time? No, I don't. So at the end of this webinar, I'm actually going to evaluate what I'm doing. There's a few things on here when I was writing it that kind of made me think a little bit as well. So when we are in business, we are hopefully very busy, or we're just kind of setting out. So we want to be very busy. Do we make time to actually evaluate what's working and what isn't? I know that I'm guilty of the latter. So no, I tend to not do that. I'm a bit of an ideas person. So I'll go off and off. And then sometimes I will actually struggle to put them into place. So I have all the ideas. I've got all the gear, no idea. So that's what tends to happen with me. And we all work differently. So if you work within a team, that's where it's important that you can obviously take the values out of each and every person that you work with. So one bit of advice would be to start that we're not speculating with how our business is doing. We take the hits, we appreciate what's working, what isn't, and that will help us evaluate to make change as well. So that's something that I'm doing personally with my own business as well at the moment. The objectives of these webinars is to embrace and encourage development. So that's important to me and to you, of course, as well. That's why you're here. I want you to find a newfound love for your business or a new career. You might be here because you're starting out. You might be here because you've been doing it a while and you've kind of got a little bit stale and bored of it. You might be that bit in between as well. There's nothing wrong with that. Every day is a school day. So, you see a lecture, or you see a session, or you see an email about something, you think, oh, actually, I've already done that, or I know this. The truth of the matter is we don't, and we should always treat every day like a school day and pick things up new. If you see that thing hit your inbox and you want to, you think you know everything about it, but you don't always. So one of the mottos that I have, and I'm sure you do as well, every day is a school day. We can always pick up something new from somebody as well. I want you to literally think outside the box, that current box that you may potentially be in, and hopefully by the end of this webinar, you'll be doing that automatically anyway. Throughout this, I want you to reflect on fear and the sort of things that hold you back the most from your business and your goals and everything else that you have within you. And by the end of it, I'd like you to be channeling your inner entrepreneur. So I did say some of this was a little bit cheesy, so I wasn't lying, right? We absolutely all have a business within us. It's very, very difficult sometimes, if you're looking for a 9 to 5 pace, if and when things do lift off, it tends not to be. Hence, Annette's here writing a webinar after just getting back from London 45 minutes ago. But the point here is that anything is achievable. So absolutely any of you out there can make something happen. So today, I hope you like what I've done here and you've noticed it. Today, we're going to focus on evaluate. So we're going to look at embracing what's going on around you and with your business. We're going to look at value. So how to add value, how to think if something is giving you value, and just value generally. So value in yourself, value in your business, and value in your goals as well. We're also going to look at assessing. So when things are right, when things are wrong, how do we assess? What are we assessing? What are you talking about? Long-term goals, that's something that you're going to set at the end of this webinar as well as some short-term ones. What would you like to achieve and how do you achieve it? The other thing when we're evaluating is think about time scale. And the last one, of course, is to evaluate. I have changed it a little bit up at the end, but evaluation is important. So when I look at the word evaluate, I kind of see an amount, you might see something completely different. Annette is tired and she does make things up quite often, but I see evolution. So how we're going to evolve. I see value. So we're going to create value out of evolving. And I see late. That was one that I added literally as I got in this evening, because I do see late and we want to do these things. We want to evolve. We want to add value before it is too late. And it never is too late, right? So that's how I see the word evaluate. So welcome to my world. You know what you're in for now over the next few minutes. So we are going to be about 45-ish minutes this evening. If you do have any questions, I did forget to do this at the beginning, pop it in the chat for me or the Q&A, and I will get to those hopefully at the end for you. I put this quote on every week and it rings true. You will never change your life until you change something that you do daily. So tomorrow you're going to self-evaluate or evaluate your business in one small way, hopefully as well. The secret of your success or your business's success is found within a daily routine. I am the worst person ever for routine. So I am literally a hypocrite right now, but I'm telling you the truth. I have lots and lots of projects and things going on, and I try and be in a routine as best I can, but because I'm an ideas person, I get too excited, I get too involved, I go off with that and forget about what I was doing. I am guilty of that, but that is something that I'm working on. So again, I evaluated that about myself, and that's how I intend to make a change. You see where I'm going with this? Richard Branson, I read his book. I blame him actually. I think it was about 4 years ago, before I started my limited company. My husband brought this book and he took it on holiday and he read it. He literally didn't speak to me for about a week while he read the whole thing. And then he said, you need to read this book. It's really good. And I was like, I'm not a big book person. I couldn't put this book down. So it's the Richard Branson autobiography about how he got to where he has. So again, it wasn't something that I was going to do, but I'm glad that I did. So definitely have a read of that if you've got any holidays or time off planned coming up. Really, really good read. But what he says here, do not be embarrassed by your failures, learn from them and start again. So we all have things and ideas that we want to do and that we want to press forward with. We might do them. It might not be as successful as we want when we first started. We learn from that and we start again. It will give us a knock. I've been that person that's in tears because something isn't working when you really thought it would. But you change your mindset, you change up how you do it, and you go again. The fact is you never give up. And if you do that, then that's when things start to change. So we're going to start with embracing. So you want to embrace your business, embrace what's going on around you. If you don't do that now, then when are you going to do it? So have a look at your business, your portfolio, what it is that you offer, your treatments that you offer, how you offer them. Are you embracing the best out of the business, what we have just now? Do you have not the best products? You have products. You've got so many options available from the Shop Beautiful catalogue and beyond, of course, as well. But I am here on behalf of the Shop Beautiful guys this evening. We are growing our catalogue. There's so many things that have been added to it. So are you embracing all of that? Do you need to maybe home in on a little bit more training? Is there more things that you want to look and offer and do? So always embrace what's going on around you. And kind of think, if not now, then when? So don't put everything off till tomorrow. Somebody told me this tip once, and I can't remember who it was actually, but I need to thank them because I do this quite often now. If you've got endless amount of things that you want to do, you have 3 piles. You have a pile which is these are really easy to do and I can do them quite quickly, or this is something that I want to implement in my beauty or skin business and I can do that quickly. These are things that take a little bit longer, and these are horrendously hard things that are going to take me forever, end goal kind of things. When you have a little bit of time, you pick up a few off the small pile. If you have a bit more time, then you pick up the middle pile. If you've got kind of a full day free, say you've got a day of cancellations, which we would hate, but it happens. We know this. You pick up one of those big things, and that's what you then task yourself with. I can't remember who it was that told me, but an amazing little bit of advice is something that I'm sharing with you guys this evening. So the next one is to think about value. When you're adding anything to your portfolio, to your package, be it training, be it products, and obviously yourself, make sure you have that price right. Something, again, that I'm quite guilty of, I get told quite often, is undervaluing yourself. We're all guilty of it because there's something called Imposter Syndrome. Let me show you a book that I'm literally just looking at that is in my bedroom now. We all suffer from something called the Imposter Syndrome. I suggest you look this up. It's crazy when you read into it because you can literally align yourself with it. And I'm not one of these freaky people, and this is not me being nasty, but I like to have a lot of evidence behind things. I like to have facts and things like that. So when somebody said to me, oh, there is the syndrome called imposter syndrome, I was like, whatever. It's true. And that's when we're thinking about value, where it really comes in. So are you valuing yourself enough, your services enough? We have obviously been through a hard time over the last couple of years, the industry in particular. But hopefully our clients have come back and they value us more. So are we utilizing that to the best of our advantage and making sure that we have priced ourselves right? And is there any more value that we can add to our business? And when we do add that value, are we pricing it right? Hopefully that makes sense. So value, very important one. So this book, if you want to get it, The Imposter Cure, literally game changer, another one. Literally, it's like a book club tonight. I've told you 2 books already. Evaluate. So we're looking at assessing. So when was the last time you sat and assessed and analysed how well your business is doing? I can't remember either. So maybe that's something that we all need to do. So what's working and what isn't? What are your most successful treatments? What are your most popular treatments, and why? Is it because you enjoy doing them? That's something that I find. So the most popular treatments that I have within my clinic are skin treatments. And that's quite a broad spectrum. I appreciate that, but I absolutely love doing them. So I think that is why. There's more things I need to add to that, but I've got other girls that are doing things now, so they're doing that for me. Then I don't have to stress about doing that as well. So we assess what's working and what isn't. And just because something isn't working doesn't mean we just scrap that and think, no, we're going to put that away. We think and we evaluate why it's not working. Is there enough value in it? Have we embraced it, and are our clients embracing it? You see where I'm going with this, right? So assessing is very, very important in terms of your business as well. That's quite clever. I didn't know I was going to do that. Then we look at long-term goals. This is an important aspect. I had one long-term goal and it's starting to ream true just now. And it was kind of, this has been probably 5 years in the making. So I wanted to have my own skin brand, and it's kind of all coming up in a bit of a tis was at the moment, but that's my long-term goal. So I had a long-term goal, and that's what I'm working towards, amongst other things along the way. It's very, very important to have these long-term goals and to help you keep focused. These little things that you're having in the short term are fantastic, but always look ahead, look further ahead and think how you can get there. I'm a big believer those of you that know me, and you might follow me on Instagram, will see that I've lost quite a lot of weight. So if we think about long-term and short-term, this is an example that I'll use. When I was stood in the mirror at a size 22, 24, I thought I'm never, ever going to get to an 8 or a 10, because you don't, because it's such a long-term goal. And the same works in business. If you revert that back and think, right, okay, that's fine. I'm going to lose £7 in the next 3 months, done, short-term goal. And the next 3 months after that, I'm going to lose this amount. And that's how you need to do it with business as well. So as much as I want the long-term goal, we're going to work towards it in small little segments. And that's important. Because otherwise you can just get overshadowed and you can throw everything up in the air and we give up. So a long-term goal is amazing and it's a good thing to have. And we're going to do some goal setting a little bit later on, but we're going to do it in short waves. So we're going to utilize what we know. We're going to embrace the products that we have. We're going to think about our value and we're going to assess that and set these goals accordingly as well. We've got a bit of a dodgy bullet point there, just so you know, I'm only human. So unlimited, right? This is the exciting one. The world has changed massively. Okay. Just today, I met some yesterday, I met some very inspirational ladies that basically created a product. They had a dream about a product. So they've been through this journey. They wanted to produce a product and they kind of sat with a glass of wine or two. This is what the story that they were telling me is incredible. And they've created this product. Then obviously COVID hits. They've not been able to do what they have. And today was yesterday and today was their first exhibition of said product. And wow, I knew when I saw it, they were onto something special. That's why I went over, I introduced myself, and I knew that product was going to go places. And I was just there for a short term today and just seeing their faces, because their long-term goal is coming true, and these little short-term goals that they'd set, everything that they've done and worked for was literally just happening in front of them and me. And that was amazing to see. So it was kind of, really, really rewarding to see for them and for me, especially with this webinar that we have in place this evening, because there was times when she was telling me that they thought, they've done the wrong thing. They've invested too much money. They've not, they may struggle to kind of make something of this, but you can literally see it happening in front of you because they've always had this long-term goal. So COVID got in the way, but it happened for a reason in a way, because they perfected their product in the meantime as well. So the term unlimited means that if we made a product or created something, say 10, 15 years ago, the realistic thing is it would have been extremely hard to get that marketed across and or very expensive. So if we're providing a service, we have a skin business, we have a beauty business, whatever it is that we have, it would have been very much more difficult to get that across in times that were. What you have now is social media. It is pretty insane at the reach that you can gain from social media and the amount of clients that you can draw in, the amount of things that you can actually engage, all via social media. And the vast majority of the time, this is free. So you don't have to pay a PR agency. You might want to, once obviously things are flying, that's fantastic. But social media is free. And I'm using that a lot more in the last few months, ultimately, and it's having a big impact on my business as well. So use what is in front of you. It is unlimited. You are unlimited. Your business is unlimited. The services that you offer are unlimited as well. And again, just to mention the Shop Beautiful brand and all the products that we have, we want to consistently add to that. So you have an unlimited supply of new treatments, new exciting innovations, everything that you've got to keep your business going and then some, and to keep your clients happy as well. So what you have in front of you is potentially unlimited. This should play. Is it gone? Yes. So those of you that have seen where I've been over the last couple of days, this is the Pro Beauty exhibition. So this was my first ever, it wasn't my second. I went to Olympia a few weeks ago. Before that, it was all dental. Everything that I did was dental, because that's my background, some aesthetic conferences as well. What do I get from these conferences? People ask me why I go. I'm going to stop this because it's making me feel a bit dizzy, probably as you as well. What I get from these is I absorb what's going on around me. I not just, yes, it's great to get some freebies because sometimes you get those, But I absorb everything that's going on around me, and it empowers me for my next moves moving forward. As much, I was talking about this today. Yes, you have to have a day off work, and you have to take time out from your clients ultimately when you go to these things. And obviously when you are looking to build an income and things like that, I get that it's difficult. But the buzz and the vibe that you will get from networking somewhere like this is second to none. So if you haven't been to one of these, because obviously we've had something called COVID around, we haven't been able to, then now is the time to do it. I think the next ones aren't until next year. I think there might be some coming up, but just get yourself in an environment with forward-thinking, like-minded people. I promise you, it will change your mindset on things as well, for 100%. I know people are a little bit more wary with things going on in terms of COVID, and I appreciate that as well. But you can absorb so much from this. And when we say absorb, you could do this from comfort of your own home in a certain way as well. So you can go through your social media channels, you can look at inspiring brands, you can look at obviously the brands that we stock and what they do and how they offer it, what's on their Instagram. This is what I would suggest you do, because you're saturating yourself with your business, with your passion, with where you want to align and what you want to offer to your clients as well. So absorb everything around you. Just today, yesterday I met a young girl who has got her own kind of brand that she's kind of launched as well, which was fantastic. But I absorbed her whole ethos. It was just incredible listening to her story, and you see how people just develop as well. So we're all capable of that. So really, really heartwarming when you go to these things and you see these startup businesses, because we all have to start somewhere. Fish out of water. So hopefully, we're getting to starting thinking about evaluating our business a little bit more. So let's see if I can remember them all. So the first one was to embrace. So we're going to embrace what's going on around us and our business. We're going to embrace what's working and what isn't. We're going to literally be quite ruthless. Maybe make a list of it. What's working, what isn't. We're then going to look at the value. So why is it not working? Is it valued enough? Do my clients understand the value? We look at the value. We assess it. We learn from it. We also utilize, and then we address change, and we take charge. So this is where we can actually be a bit of a fish out of water. We want to make a change, make a difference. And the only way to do that is by taking charge of the situation in front of us. So I've got a few tasks towards the end of the webinar that we're going to think about. Let's have a little look. Do I always land on my feet? No, as you can see here, I literally put these images on just before I came on. So do we always land on our feet? Is it easy? No, it isn't. As Richard Branson said in his book, and obviously as you saw from the quote, a lot of the time it takes failure and things not to work for you to actually find your worth and make something work. So no, we don't always land on our feet, and we do need to continue and keep reassessing and looking at what we're doing. So evaluation is really important, because business isn't easy. We've had a really tough time. A lot of people that I was speaking to today at the show, during COVID, they had to switch up how they did things and do things, and it's changed their mindset. So if you haven't done that, then maybe now is the time to do that. What I'm talking about in terms of beauty and aesthetics and the business that you might have, we are a service. And obviously we're offering a service to clients the vast majority of the time. When we weren't allowed to, it was kind of like game over. There was nothing that we could do. But there is so much more that we can offer our clients. We can offer them education. We can help them with their skin when they're not having treatments with us. And we can do that via social media. We've learned that today. We've got that unlimited access to our clients. So even if we're not within our clinics and our premises, we can still be educating them and helping them think about potential purchases from us that is going to improve their skin. So for me, from the Skin Beautiful catalogue, you should have a good, robust home care regimen or regimens that you can recommend to your clients, because that is going to be your bread and butter ultimately. So yes, we offer professional treatments. It's amazing. We've got talent, we've got skills, there's things that we can offer, but what can we do in the background? What is unlimited? If we're selling products and we're giving advice, then why limit that to just your potential clients? Yes, a lot of the time it's, we need to see them face to face to make sure we're giving them the right thing. But why limit yourself to that? There are things that you can offer and products that you can retail as a beauty premise, as an aesthetic clinic. Why aren't you doing that? If you are ready, that's fantastic. But what you have is unlimited. I'm going off the trail there. Sorry about that. So is it easy? No, it isn't easy. So that's why, we work together, we do things together. And that's an important one as well. So the last webinar, we talked about a unique selling point. We talked about competitors versus people that inspire us. Okay. It's so important that we don't get bogged down. I'm guilty of this. I used to kind of look what all the clinics were doing around me, and it used to it was draining. I now, I might see the odd thing that comes up on social media, but a lot of the time I'm just plowing away doing my own thing, and that is definitely something that I would recommend. Networking with other clinics, other salons is a really good thing to do. It says a lot more about you if you're the person that goes out there and does that. Plus, it can be quite isolating when you're working on your own as well. Remember, what you do and how you do it is always going to be different to the person next door or someone else that is doing it. You can go to a clinic or a salon and there's 7 or 8 different people that can offer probably the same treatment as you. But it's that rapport that you have with your client and how you deliver it. And that's what's important as well. So keep yourself motivated and obviously keep your education and things up to date. And the possibilities are endless ultimately as well, because you can help your client with that. My advice would be to be different and be yourself. So unique selling point, it's you. Be yourself, be you, be nothing else. But when I bring things into my clinic, the girls are looking at me and say, why have you got that? And I'm like, because I wanted it. It is about being different and doing things that make you stand out from the crowd. Clients will remember that as well. I put this one back in from last week. I do feel a bit like a busy fool at the moment, but don't be a busy fool. That's what I would recommend. This is some advice that somebody gave to me, and I certainly do need to take it. Make sure, this is why we evaluate. So we evaluate what's working, what isn't, so that we're not a busy fool, so that we're not focusing on one thing or a smaller ended treatment that is perhaps not offering the best return. So we evaluate what can bring more business in, what can help our businesses grow. And that way we can then see a big significant change from doing that. So try not to be that busy fool, which Annette is the vast majority of the time. Again, that unique selling point is yourself. It is you. So you will do whatever you do and how you set it. You're going to do it different to the next person or the other people that are watching this webinar. So remember that. Take inspiration from others as well. So that's why we can follow other clinics. We can follow other practitioners and people that are offering similar or same treatments as us. We can follow the providers of the products, and there's literally unlimited content that you can reshare there as well. If you didn't catch my webinar last week on social media, there's so much more to go into. There's even more from that still, but it was a good insight to kind of help you think about marketing and content marketing and things like that as well. So do check that out. So hopefully from that, you're all a little bit ready. I've got some things that I would like to challenge you to do. I'd love you to tag us in so we can see that you're doing them as well. This is, after all, a skin business workshop. We want to encourage you to improve your skin businesses and things that are going on as well. So this is from friends. If you didn't know that, where have you been? What can you do now? How can you make a change? And how do we change things? I would like you to sit this evening and maybe have a cheeky little glass of something nice. I know I am after the 48 hours of mayhem that I've been through. I want you to write a result that you would like in your life. So this is over to you. So you're going to do this. You're going to get a piece of paper or on your phone, task reminder. You could actually set a reminder, write a result that you want in your life. It could be in your life or it could be in relation to your business. So what do you want? Let's set an end goal, right? I know I mentioned obviously doing small goals, but we're going to set an ultimate goal. What do you want? Where do you want to be? Within reason, but well, no, why not? Heck, write a result that you want in your life And then what I would like you to do, from what you've learned about evaluation and things this evening, is that I would like you to write 3 small steps that will potentially help you get there, or more. I think 3 is a good number though, because if you have a list of them, it can be a bit overwhelming. If I show you my to-do list, you'd have kittens. Write a result that you want in your life and write 3 small steps that are going to help you get there. You don't have to share them with me, but if you want to, that's fantastic. I love to kind of see, you know, how this is going to progress and these little goals that you're going to make. Be easy on yourself as well, but not too easy. So you want to set these goals and you want to set a target, but you also need a time frame. If you don't know what a SMART target is, then Google that as well. So write that down. With a SMART target, you set something that is specific. So you're going to write what you want in your life. It's going to be measurable. So you're going to obviously do it in 3 small steps. It's going to be achievable. That's important. And it's going to be within a decent time frame as well. So they're the little things that you can definitely set out there and think about doing. Then what I want you to do is visualize that you're achieving this goal on a daily basis. Okay, so you've set a small goal. You've evaluated your business this evening. Hopefully, even if you've thought about one thing, you're then going to visualize achieving your goal on a daily basis with these 3 small steps that you've made. Notice that value, how it makes you feel better that you're actually making a move to that change to align with your actions as well. Cross them out as you complete, and that's important, otherwise it feels overwhelming, and just enjoy the process. But each and every point that you're going through, make sure you are evaluating what works and what doesn't. And if something isn't working, you know, for a duration of time, you scrap that and we start again. But we don't take too much of a hit from that. We just move forward. That's what I would suggest. Stay remembered, and that's where social media is so important. So yes, your clinic is closed right now, potentially, hopefully most are, and you're at home and chilling out. But you need to stay remembered. So what, you're sat on your laptop this evening, you're sat on your phone potentially this evening. So have you put a post out there this evening? Has your clinic put something out there for your clients to look at of using your USP? Have you got a treatment that you want to push more of? You need to stay remembered. Success is the sum of small efforts, little small goals that we set, repeated day in, day out. That is a definite go-to in terms of quotes. And this is an important one. I put it on every single webinar over the last few weeks. Fear holds us back from so much, you know, even this picture I put on here, I very nearly didn't, right? This one, not that one, this one. Because I thought, oh, I don't, you know, we fear things, stupid things all the time. And this is definitely something we've got to get past. We will fear something. I'm not going to post that. I'm not going to write that. What if somebody reads this? What if somebody does that? I can't do a live video because, you know, I just can't. Newsflash, you work with the public. You are used to seeing people and they're used to seeing your face every single day. Why can't you put that on a video? Just do it. Don't let fear hold you back anymore. You have a conversation with your clients, do the same, but on your phone, and let them see it afterwards. So you do not have to be there to do that. So stop letting fear hold you back. It will cause what you can see there, self-sabotage, and all these good intentions, these goals that you have aligned, they will prevent you from doing the things that we want to do and getting to those end goals as well. So do the Facebook Live, tag me in. I look forward to seeing it. I did my first reel this week at the clinic. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't think I did it right either. I think it's all supposed to be on one, but I just did like 3 separate ones. No idea. But there we go. It worked. It got me some attention in terms of people booking treatments and understanding things. So there we go. I put myself out there and it worked. So I suggest you do the same. So next week, we are going to look at motivation. I think this has been a little bit motivational as well, but the other one we need to refer back to, I think, was the ideal client. I think we're going to be doing that the week after. So just keep an eye on the Shop Beautiful website and or Instagram and Facebook, because they will share what we're doing, as will I. So feel free to follow myself as well. Tag us into your goal setting, to whatever it is that you do. If you feel inspired this evening, if you don't, then I'm sorry, but hopefully it has helped you a little bit. Starting to lose my voice a little bit now, so I am going to sign out, but if you do have any questions, you know where I am. I do have some weekly blogs I've started to write. They've not released this one yet, but we've got some very exciting blogs coming up, and again, this is all content that you can share as well, so please get on and do just that. So hopefully I'll see some of you next week. I've just got to read this. Thanks for your advice. Networking on my own, it can be quite daunting. 100%. Thanks for networking. Work on my own, it can be quite daunting. You know, I go to these shows on my own, and this was my second kind of beauty exhibition, because I'm used to the dental side of things, and I did feel a little bit, you know, overwhelmed. You do when you go to these things on your own. Do you know what I did? Day one, I met there was a man selling coffee machines. I was like, job in, had a good chat with him. And then literally I had free coffee for the duration of the show, which was amazing. So, you know, stick within your comfort zone, but take yourself out of it every now and again. Remember that when you're walking around these exhibitions, it's every conversation is an opportunity. I posted this just the other day. So you might meet a new brand, something that you want to work with. You might meet somebody new that has exactly the same ethos as you. You'll bounce off each other. It can be very daunting, but you have a skill set, you've got talent, you've got treatments you can offer, you've got clients that are waiting to hear and see what you bring back from these things as well. So it's definitely a must from me, for sure. And if you're at one, drop me a message. I'll come and have a coffee with you. Not a problem. You know, if I'm more than likely going to be at most of them from now on, so come and say hi. But I hope you've enjoyed this evening. I look forward to seeing some more of you next week, hopefully. Keep an eye on the Shop Beautiful pages. Keep doing what you're doing, and just keep focused. Remember, imposter syndrome, we're all guilty of it. So have a little look into that, definitely. Have a good evening, what is left of it, guys. Take care, and thank you very much for listening this evening. Goodbye.